Dire team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Fnatic's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Dire team pick.
Hello there and welcome. ESL One Manila Southeast Asian qualifiers coming to a close blitz. We're getting to the end of a lot of qualifiers now, and this one is the last spot for the ESL One Manila tournament. 2 teams, 1 best of 5. Let's get ourselves into the draft, find out exactly what we're dealing with, because WarriorsGaming.Unity, they fended off a lot of tough competition to get themselves up against Fnatic here. Fnatic had, I don't know, a little of a smoother ride through, but the Mongols yesterday, they definitely put up a bit of a fight, and especially game number 1, maybe put Fnatic off kill to a tiny bit, but Warriors Gaming, their draft beginning. Nature's Prophet, let's start off with them, but Fnatic still favouring the Venge as the first pick.
And Warriors, they've got a good name. There's a lot of strength behind it, you know? They have Unity, they're Warriors of Gaming. Go them.
The trifecta.
Yeah, exactly.
You need it.
They are going to need all of it against Fnatic. And Fnatic, they did this yesterday repeatedly. They went for this Venge early on, but they're going to run into the Nature's Prophet.
5 seconds remaining.
Witch
Trying to see what else they can decide to go for. Warriors Gaming, they decided to go for the Witch Doctor. I think part of that is because they know that Fnatic like to run these aggro lanes.
And also maybe the Chen?
Yeah, it helps out against that too. I think Witch Doctor though is a weird hero because it's not a late game support. A lot of people for some reason think like this Death Ward plus Aghanims is a late game setup, but think about his skill set, right? How hard Maledict is to land, his most important spell, the Cask and the Heal. Though both those things go away like as the game progresses. And Death Ward is nice, but there's so many different things that can cancel it that you can never really base like a strategy solely around the Death Ward. I think a lot of people kind of have this like weird misnomer about it.
Like you look at it already, Fnatic have Batrider with that Flame Break to cancel, there's Venge swap and stun if they really want to.
Yeah, if you center a strategy around this hero being your late game support, then you are being silly. And that's why you'll never see teams run it. I remember this like keep reading about it though. Oh, the Witch Doctor Ags late game, it's so good. Yes it is, but if you're in that position, then your game plan kind of slipped.
Yeah, because it was always picked up, at least last patch and the beginning of this patch, kind of Juggernaut, Witch Doctor, Chen, you'd have all these healing heroes just like sustain you through the first 20 minutes.
It's a side hero for sure. And Fnatic, they take up the Batrider, and this is a very aggressive hero for Ohio. It does well against the Nature's Prophet and the Witch Doctor, but they might decide to go for what they did yesterday, which they saw great success with, which was the Night Stalker plus Batrider aggro duel.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
We ran that yesterday because I really liked it. Yeah, it was really good. It was so hard to beat. Both those heroes are just tanky, and they create space for each other. There's a lot of synergy there. I was a big fan.
Night Stalker runs at the support, Batrider runs at the kind of one roll and spams that stick in Napalm.
Yeah,
and then
you can't do anything.
Once they hit like level 3, when you've got like level 2 Void and level 2 Napalm, you're just on top of anyone pretty much.
Because you let your Night Stalker get boots, then he just kind of terrorizes everything.
Oh, Bounty Hunter banned out there by Warriors Gaming. Don't want to give. The thing is, the past couple of days we've been watching a fair amount of Fnatic, and everyone seems to be banning out DJ's heroes. I know you kind of talked a little bit about his past and how you saw him being a star player a while back, but a lot of these teams, they definitely maybe not afraid of him, but they don't want to give him an easy ride through the draft, especially.
No. I think Warriors Gaming though, the way they play, I really like it. There's no gimmicks. There's no offense to the team that we casted yesterday, the
Mongols, yeah.
Yeah. and the team before that too.
Oh, next gen.
Next gen, yeah. It felt like those teams were, especially next gen, felt like they were a little bit more gimmicky. And that sounds bad, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean Warriors, they know, I think they should know that they can go toe to toe with Fnatic. And to begin with, they don't seem like a really cheesy team. There's not a whole lot of like cheesy strategies in Dota like there are in other games.
Like next gen, the wins that I saw them actually pick up, they had either Meepo or Alchemist, so
Yeah.
they definitely kind of relied on their carry player farming through and basically 1v5ing and having everyone else as a support.
I think Warriors will go for a much more straightforward idea and just play clean Dota. But against Fnatic, they have to play really solid. I think they can do it actually, because Fnatic sometimes they slip up. Like yesterday we saw against Mongols, that game 1 was definitely a losable game.
Dire
But
team
Mongols,
ban.
the focus just slipped for like 10 seconds, and that's all it takes against a team like Fnatic, who are so experienced.
So here with the two carry bans, Slark, decent laner against Batrider, you dark packed off. The sticky napalm, you're decent in lane against him. And the Juggernaut as well, I guess same kind of story. The Blade Fury is good just as a one roll against Bat. But it seems that Fnatic are kind of pushing themselves towards this ownage off lane. Maybe
Yeah.
with that dual lane again, making sure Batrider, Ohio especially, gets a good start. But Warriors Gaming, I kind of feel like they almost have to ban the Chen, just because Bat plus a Satyr or a Dark Troll or something, that most often results in a kill on that support up towards top.
Yeah. Something I noticed about Fnatic as well is that they never want to sack Ohio. Ohio's not the type of player that just wants to go into the jungle and iron talent it up. He wants to try to contest as much as possible. Another thing I noticed is I watched all the replays yesterday because I kind of wanted to get a sense for their style. Something that they do really well is they always fight on your side of the map. So if there are any mistakes, they mitigate a lot of the damage. Like you don't push immediately off of it. You can just clear the waves and split a little. They never allow you to take objectives as a result. They make sure that control is firmly on your side of the map at all times.
Then if they win the fight on the flip side, they can then go push into towers.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
maybe
If
take
you
Roshan.
remember the games against Mongols, that was the case. They always take fights on your side of the map so that they can immediately have an effect. They did it at Shanghai as well. After I got back, every single one of the Shanghai games, and I noticed that this was a consistent trend with that team. They wanted to always make sure that their cooldowns were being used on your side, so that if they won the fight, like you said, they could immediately take advantage. If they lost the fight, what do you really lose out of it? At most, they would lose a tower.
Okay.
You need the heroes to be able to do that, and heroes like Venge, Batrider are very good at being able to push the pace onto the enemy side of the map.
I was wondering why we weren't getting any picks or anything on the time. I didn't even look at the timer, it wasn't going down. We did actually have a pause in the middle of all of that. Oh, OD will be the ban out and Warriors Gaming instantly come back through with the Zeus. It does give you some good laning potential, but I don't know, it's always scary when you pick your mid laner up there in like third pick for me, and you don't know exactly or you don't know anything about what Fnatic are going for.
I'm a little bit less inclined to pick Zeus on Dire, but maybe they have an idea behind it as well. Maybe they take like spec, and they can go play around the late game potential a lot.
So
Kind of the idea, I guess.
Do you think Fnatic consider sniping the Spectre here in their third pick? Oh, wow, Slardar. That's a hero we...
Safe laner?
I guess so.
That is aggressive. I guess they're trying to tempo push. I think when you play Radiant, there's like two options. You either just like all-out assault, try to get control of the map, so that you can yourself take Roshan, because Dyers really rely on having that Roshan on their side of the map. Or you play for kind of the late game and hope that Dire kind of overuse the Aegis advantage that they have. But it'd be the Necro, and this is kind of an odd strategy. There's like no BKB breakers on the side of Warriors, and Fnatic, if they just take
Templar Assassin.
good supports.
Oh, the mid one TA comes through. So Fnatic, if the push does come in from Witch Doctor, Furion, Necro, they're going to be defending these towers with Batrider, Slardar. The double blink, maybe even triple blink threat here. And it's something we've seen Fnatic do before, having like 3 or 4 cores, or maybe a support as well in the 4 roll that's a little bit greedier, go for these blink daggers. And
This is really aggressive. I think Warriors...
they're so immobile. Like all of their heroes are pretty static outside of Nature's Prophet. They don't have good movement speed. They've not got innate ways of escaping out of team fights. If they got jumped, they have to stand and fight.
They have good push with Necro plus Witch Doctor heals. And I guess Fnatic, they have some wave clear in the Batrider. The TA doesn't really provide anything. Both these lineups, they heavily rely on taking map control. Being able to win the laning phase and snowball. We talked about that a lot, right? That's kind of, for me, the trademark of Southeast Asian Dota, is the good laning phase into trying to snowball into map control.
Do you consider Enigma here as a decent pick for Fnatic? Go for like the Greaves build, help you actually push into these towers, and also threat of Black Hole is there. There are a couple of things to cancel out from Warriors between Zeus and Necro.
Feels really greedy.
I guess then you leave Batrider Ohio up on top lane alone against Necro plus Witch Doctor, and that's not gonna be too nice for him. Whispers the ban out from WG. Don't want DJ getting his hands on that. I guess Slardar Whispers a pretty good relocate combination up on top of these heroes on top of that.
5 seconds remaining.
I sort of almost think that they should take the Night Stalker again and go for the aggro duel. Or the Chen.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure though.
Warriors Gaming looking for another support, and it's going to be the Enigma ban from Fnatic.
Yeah, I don't think that Fnatic could take it.
Their Radiant side as well, I guess. Dire side Enigma is much more efficient, stable.
Alright, so Warriors, let's see, you can take... Oh, okay, they are all in for the push.
Turn to pick.
A lot of fighting here. That's why I guess they took the Zeus. They just wanted something that can help them team fight a little bit. Fnatic...
And Jakiro can sit mid against the TA, right, and just throw Liquid Fire to burn through Refraction for a bit?
Yeah, but then you would have a Zeus support.
Oh no, I mean,
Oh,
Zeus is
like
the mid,
Jakiro
like Jakiro come in and support for like the first minute.
Yeah, I guess,
something.
but Liquid Fire has such a long cooldown.
10 seconds remaining.
What's the cooldown on Refraction? 17.
17. And it lasts for 17.
Remaining.
Oh, 5th pick from Fnatic. You want the Chen, maybe the Night Stalker?
Yeah, I'm down for them to go for the duel. I think they should actually. Keep both the supports up here, win your other lanes. It's going to be the Earthshaker instead. I think that's a hero you can still get aggro with. And it stops the push more than anything. I guess that's the downside of picking heroes like NS. You're going to know where they are. They're going to want to play aggressively.
What's the Earthshaker for DJ? Like you said, with a Fisher, he'll be able to try and block off some of these advances forward, but Warriors Gaming, they're actually going to be switching up a couple of their players here. Budget usually plays the safe lane role. He's going to be over on the Nature's Prophet. I don't know if they'll put Nature's Prophet up on the safe lane solo, and then have maybe an aggressive tri-lane here between Jakiro, Necro, and Witch Doctor. Fnatic at this point, you know, Venge, Earthshaker, Slardar, that's not the strongest of defensive tri-lanes against a triple range lineup, is it?
Remaining.
It's weird.
5 seconds remaining.
I've never seen like a lineup like this. This is odd.
Because Wen usually plays, you know, their Darkseer, their straight up solid offlane heroes. So it's kind of weird seeing him over on a Necrophos.
Yeah. I don't really get the Necro pick either. I think the idea behind it is the heal combined with the Witch Doctors can be super aggro, but still gonna be a little bit wonky. They're just statting up like crazy for the laning phase too. Fnatic win the laning phase. I don't see a way that Warriors can win this game.
This isn't a ward, or this is a ward I haven't seen in quite some time. It's a ward that goes in, gives vision behind the tier 1 at bottom lane. He's also blocked up the pull camp as well, so he'll know exactly where Vengeful Spirit is if the Earthshaker is coming across to try and block off any of this advance. But Zaki, support Jakiro, the rest of them pretty much all standing up on top of this high ground towards their own jungle. Afu, Witch Doctor, and Nana playing the Zeus, while Wen is on the Necro down at the back. Arjit's Nature's Prophet here with a pull tango, a couple of Fairy Fires. It does look like he's going to be safe lane solo as they switch things back up to top. Over in Fnatic, we're looking at DJ Earthshaker, net over on the Slardar. Mid 1 Templar Assassin, we've seen him do pretty decently on this. The thing with mid 1 is, I've really only seen him excel on 3 heroes, Zeus, Invoker, and TA. And it's not that he doesn't have an expansive hero pool or anything, it's just that he is so damn good on these 3 heroes. We're about to trade-off there, 1 apiece, as they each get them. But Ohio's going to be a safe lane Batrider for now. It looks like Fnatic have realized what's going to be happening around here, and at least an aggressive dual lane from Warriors Gaming. Zaki as well as Wen. The Jakiro and Necro are going to be down in this bottom lane, and Witch Doctor. Fu will make his way across as well.
I think this benefits Warriors more. Just because this Nature's Prophet shouldn't be able to die, and he can help push in a little bit more. My biggest concern right now is this TA versus Zeus matchup is so incredibly TA favored. Like, the Zeus has to spam out, and even then it's not a guarantee that he gets CS. And it is impossible for you, as a Zeus, to deny any of TA's farm.
Oh, they've got a good Fisher block down at bottom, and Zaki is trapped in with a sticky napalm. Oh, stacking up. Ohio turns it back around on them.
There's 3 stacks. Gotta be careful.
Is he level 2? He's not got his Firefly.
Oh,
Bye-bye. See ya, lads. At least they got the pulls off beforehand.
that was a one-sided game.
Yep, it's all over now.
3 sticky charges, they can deal with it.
But this does force, Jakiro already to burn through a little bit of his regen. Necro has been given the free farm lane for now, but he's 0 and 1. He hasn't got a last hit just yet. Missed his first one when he was playing aggressively, trying to push forward, maybe looking for the kill onto the Batrider. The Nature's Prophet, not likely to die up at top, even with the double stuns.
I think you should be fine, because you can just play back and scout where people are with your chains, and as long as he plays the distance game with the Slardar, it's going to be hard for them to gap close onto him. For sure, any like double stun lane is always dangerous, but you can avoid it for the most part by just playing smart Dota.
3-4-3. Adam's such a nice guy, honestly. Actually, all the Fnatic are such nice guys. We saw yesterday. It was the Mongols team, right? That's disconnected a couple of times. They're like, take your time, don't worry, don't panic about it, it's fine. Just play through the game, everything's gonna be good. It's a nice bunch of lads. That's another good Fisher block there, and 6 sticky napalm charges up onto Zaki, with a cask flying back out onto Ohio. It's bouncing between him and DJ, and Ohio's the one gonna be dropping low and actually dying first.
Oh, that's nice. First blood onto your pseudo safe lane carry.
600 gold for the Necro. I guess he'll start looking towards Treads. I don't think we see Guardian Greaves Necro anymore. Arcane's into mech, but Treads, Abasi's always good for these aggressive tri-lanes. Give you that mana regen, the armor as well, you kind of need.
I think they need sticks.
Oh yeah, that's very true. You're a stickler for the magic wands and sticks against Batriders and Zeus's, aren't you?
I can't imagine a world where you don't get one. Like,
except yesterday, where the OD wouldn't buy one.
You see mid one, he's playing a TA and he has one. Come on, man. Yeah, bottom, DJ's being contested for this rune. I like this move by Afu. Should be able to get it. They might even get a kill here. He's got 2 levels of the arc. Nope.
Now
Witch Doctor's just go on the Witch Doctor.
Firefly's here. DJ turns back around.
This is good by Nana. The problem though is now he's got an empty bottle and he used up 2 of the arc lightnings to be able to kill the Earthshaker, but they weren't able to bring him down, and now the Zeus is even in a worse position. It's super hard to win this lane to begin with. Now you've got a full bottle advantage on the side of the TA.
There's Earthshaker already being a pain in the backside. Nature's Prophet, he's hit his level 3. 0, 1 and 2. No points in Sprout just yet, but I guess once he hits level 4, he'll maybe look towards a TP. He can't really TP onto the Batrider because of that Firefly available, getting himself out of the Sprout and all of that.
Even ganking the TA though is really hard.
Yeah.
This game's hard for him. There's not a whole lot of places that he can go.
Can't just go and make up the numbers and get the right clicks in to find those kills, you're right. Well, Earthshaker DJ, he's still deciding which lane he wants to head down to. He'll TP mid actually and probably refill mid one's bottle. There we go. Nice little swappy. Mid one. Come on. Read it back. Full bottle again. So now it's like a 2 bottle. Full advantage there for Templar Assassin. And Zeus doesn't have anyone who can really rotate into his lane, as this tri-lane at bottom is very secured and locked into dealing with Ohio's Batrider, as Zaki actually pulls across there. They want to push into this tier 1 and do a bit more damage to it, but they've got to deal with Ohio's Bat. And Fisher looking, aiming, DJ who's maybe getting into range for that one, as the sticky napalm charges are stacking up again onto the Jakiro, but Ohio is level 3. He's got the 2 in napalm and 1 in Firefly. It's still difficult to run yourself into the middle of all of this though. And he does take a chip off that annoying liquid fire from the Jakiro.
Trying to see who's really gaining advantage here. Oh, Wen does buy the wand, by the way. did
stuff.
it.
And he got arcanes.
Yeah, I think he kind of wanted to go for the mech. I sort of think he should, just because if you're going to commit to this kind of push style, you might as well fully commit to it and not half-ass it. Because, like you talked about, they don't have mobility. Their heroes are really static. I don't really like when you have to play these like static styles and you try to like mix things up.
Yeah.
Just like play to your strengths.
It's been a while though since I've seen. Oh, they're diving in behind. Ohio, Fireflies across over the top of them. Sticky Napalm's available, but he's actually just being right-clicked down. One final throw there from Zaki Jakiro. Secure the kill and probably secure this tier 1. There's a glyph available out from Fnatic, but the damage output here from WG should be enough as they kill off the Zeus mid. The Fisher into the Templar Assassin just running him down. WG.Unity, they'll get their first tower of the game. This is what they wanted, right?
Yeah, you just want to assault all the towers that you can. I know for most people it seems weird that people always go for the offlane one, but there's so much space to be gained from taking this this Radiant tier 1 tower. If you just look at the map, think about it. You take the safe lane, your own safe lane tower at top. What does that give for you? You can't take like this camp, for example. This one's nearly impossible. It doesn't give you anything. Whereas taking that bottom one, it opens up these 3 camps for you and it forces this side of the map over.
Yeah. Now you've got Arjit down in bottom lane. His safe lane Furion with the phase boots has actually moved to try and maybe deal with Ohio's Batrider, while up at top, Wayne and Zaki, they were on the hunt for someone, and Net has been free farming for a while now. 27 and 8 is nowhere near the 40 and 15 of mid one's Templar though. Bloody hell, level 7 TA. Stick, treads, something big on the Korean. Oh, it's just a bottle coming out. 5-6 minutes in and mid one is absolutely off to a roaring start. Poor little Zeus, not really able to handle this or deal with it. The double traps are already up on the ramp. If Zeus does get anywhere near that ridge, he is pretty much just dead to rights. How much focus they're putting around this mid lane as well. 2 observer boards, of course the one from the start of the game is going to expire soon, but they've refreshed another one here. Giving vision across the ridge, I guess you're like looking for Earthshaker, maybe moving across, looking for the run to the rune as well, down towards bottom. But speaking of Earthshaker, he's invis up at the top side of this lane and he's waiting for this Fisher to come through.
Yeah, Nana should not cross this lane at all. You
It's
can't
like,
afford to die here.
Stay in tower range is the story here.
They're pushing out top right now.
And
If Fnatic are going to respond to this, they need people here now.
Ohio, he TP's in, but there's the start of the damage output. There's the Thunderglobe's Wrath as well. When unthrough by the magic missile, but 343 cannot get involved any further in this. Arjit stuck in the trees, couldn't cut himself through, so the Tango will at least help him retreat out of that one. Oh, Zeus.
I think mid one has the right idea. He's just saying, I can't do anything against this Templar Assassin. We talked about it, that's the one downside of Fnatic's lineup, which is why they took the Earthshaker last. Because they have no wave clear. They have no way to stop this kind of push. Their heroes have to kind of be in the nitty gritty of things, and looks like they're going to commit for the fight. That Fissure is really good.
Oh, mid one, he's burnt through by the liquid fire. The tower not going to get denied, and 343 retreats back, but he still has a magic missile if he wants to. The mid one splash damage back onto 2 or 3 units at a time. Great play by him. He's actually looking for a bit more damage back with the Zaki. Mid one, he's going in deep for this meld. No, juked and fogged while 343 aiming for that stun again. But it's Warriors Gaming. Still the ones on the front foot as mid one throws down a trap for any advance across the side, but Zeus is here up on the high ground and Nature's Prophet TP's forward. Sprout is really all they need here, but do they have reveal? There's 9 stick charges for mid one and they turn back around with the splash damage from the side blade. The Melt Strike is there, but he's still gonna drop. And DJ aiming through with a Fisher. This allows Ohio, enables him to run himself forward, and Nana, oh, he's stuck now. Sticking Napalm through with a Firefly on top of him as well, and Ohio finds a kill back onto the Zeus, but it might be the death of him with the Reaper Slice not killing him off. They still find the death of the Batrider. And 2 kills there for WG.Unity, but Fnatic got a little bit too overzealous with their aggression.
It's just really weird right now that Fnatic are taking fights, just because we talked about it, that WG.Unity, they don't really have gap closers. Their strategy has not changed in the last 3 minutes. They just want to take down all these tier 1 towers, and Fnatic, they could let them take it, get a lot on the map, try to slow it down with the Earthshaker, and just flashing heroes like the Batrider, but it's almost like they want to fight, and I think that's the wrong idea, in all honesty. I think this is just try to get levels, try to get your Batrider farmed, have him sit in the front lines, but don't commit so hard to these individual engagements, which is what they're
want
doing.
to try and kill the Witch Doctor, and they'll succeed with another trap through mid one. He's aiming
so
for when the
sticky.
Necro. Oh my god, look at that slow. The damage I put in there. Oh, Argent TPs himself away, but Zaki, he's in a lot of trouble. Ohio will go forward with a flame break, but he's actually being just destroyed by the tower and then destroyed by the Zeus. Thundergod's Wrath comes through and clears him, but 343 still going through, but Nana, he finds himself a double kill. Mid one, not gonna let this go so easily though. Trapped in the trees with 14 stick charges. Meld Strike is available, but the triple kill for Zeus as the Thunder Strike and Thunderbolts come through thick and fast from that Zeus. While Slaughter, Net, is still down in bottom lane trying to farm his Blink Dagger.
That is the richest Zeus of all time. He's actually just got so much now, and WG.Unity, that looked like it was going to be a really good fight for Fnatic for half a second. The slows, coupled with the fact that they had 5 napalms each on them, was really good for Fnatic, but can't dive. These are the situations that Zeus thrives in as a hero, is when he can kind of just like stay static, get in there, fire off bolts here and there.
Oh, Net.
Should be dead. Oh,
Still Breath not gonna
just
land.
out of range.
Barely scrapes himself away from that one.
Yeah, they don't have the mech quite yet onto their Necrophos, and he's falling really far behind in levels, but they still have to push the pace of this game. There's nothing else that you can really do with this type of lineup. I think Fnatic, what they should do right now is take advantage of this and try to creep up in XP during this time period instead of just like non-stop fighting them. So they were ahead at one point in 1500 in XP. That's what matters at some point, because WG.Unity, how do they go high ground against Earthshaker Batrider? You can always hold, and Aegis doesn't mean a lot to that team.
Do you just want to try and split the map and get your blinks?
Yeah, exactly. Just try to get farm, like be really greedy. You get DJ a Blink Dagger in this game ends.
Oh, this is not greed. Net wants to try and battle through. He's gonna amplify up the Witch Doctor. Argent is here with the Treants though, and he'll spot out the Slaughter in the back. PJ bring out the Fisher to slow this tower push in, but it's not gonna stop it at all. WG.Unity, they are committing hard for this, while mid lane Zeus will drop. Slaughter wanders himself away. Ohio, he's doing exactly as you're saying though. They know he needs his Blink Dagger and he's 1,000 gold off it. Look for the tier 1.
This is getting him free XP too. He has the right idea about things. He is so committed to not fighting anymore that he doesn't even have Flaming Lasso at level 8. And you know what? I think it's not the best idea. I always think that one level of it is good no matter what, because it's such an amazing ability, and the cooldown is so low that it's worth it, but it shows you that he's kind of adjusted his game plan based on the game. He's like, I can't fight, we should not fight. They're the ones that have to be pigeonholed into this strategy. They're going to take all our tier 1 towers, let's use this time to split up the map, which is exactly what they're doing, and what they should have done in the first place. If they had done this, the game, I feel like, would have just been a formality. But because they kept going for these random engagements, it made the game unnecessarily difficult.
They're gonna have quadruple blink soon, Blitz.
Yeah, I know.
The Earthshaker's on 1,800 gold. He's actually ahead of the Slaughter with the gold he saved up.
Because they just say, or they just send him down there to spam out fissures and he gets passive gold because he doesn't die.
In the meantime, WG.Unity, their supports, Jakiro and Witch Doctor not really progressing that far. Need this Necro and Zeus to start pumping out these items. Nana skips over the Ether Lens and goes for a Veil as his primary item. And I guess with all the magic damage you got spammed out from Necro, Zeus, and this Jakiro, it's well worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so DJ has Blink Dagger and 2 creeps. And Fnatic, they should just dodge over and over again. And a TA not even going for the Deso because she realizes, I want to be fight ready. Look how unafraid Fnatic is. They can play really deep because they know there's just like one stun on the side of WG.Unity.
And then Ohio just puts out the Firefly to slow down this push even more. There's your blink on Earthshaker like you said, but mid one is really far forward cutting this creep wave. And this is a great way to slow down the push as well from WG.Unity. It's one little move, but it really stems the flow.
They have no way to catch him, so he's playing super aggro, doesn't really care about what's going on. They're not going to be able to catch him. They have to keep this top creep wave alive. And the pace of the game is being dramatically slowed right now. This Earthshaker continuing to push bottom. He's got his Blink Dagger. They're going to kill Slaughter mid, which should not have happened, but...
Yeah, Net was maybe feeling a little bit safer with the traps giving a bit of vision. Maybe an escape mechanism for him, but does get caught on top of that ridge. Well, the Death Ward didn't have to pop out the Nana ultimate though. Still holding on to the Thunder God's Wrath, as well as... they did use the Nature's Wrath though. Just take a look. We've seen this a lot in Southeast Asia when you've got a Nature's Prophet and you're trying to push high ground early on. TNC love to pick this item up, the Dragon Lance for Furion. So he can right-click attack from a little bit further away, from below the stairs. Get his damage down onto the tier 3s and racks, but this is where Fnatic start to decide, alright, we've got the tools, we've got the Blink Earthshaker with Echo Slam, we can defend.
Yeah, they should take every fight from here on out. Because WG.Unity, the only way they win this game is if they can go for the high ground and safely execute a push. But at some point you have to battle as well, because you have to clear these heroes. And Fnatic are more than willing to battle. This is the one good thing I think I really like about this lineup from Warriors is that they're forcing action onto the side of Fnatic's map and trying to make them uncomfortable, but Fnatic is an experienced team. They instantly realize that, they're going for the split push now. The first 2 fights I think were a bit of a mistake, but since then they've kind of recovered, regained their senses and said, guys, we don't have to fight. They're so used to battling though.
This Aegis on WG.Unity, they don't have necessarily a great physical right-click carry or something.
It's gonna take so long. Fnatic should contest this with their Earthshaker Blink. Look at his positioning.
Oh,
he sees 3!
He's gonna jump in. There we go. I can manage to hit the takedown on the Zeus has got immediately. Ohio death ward, but the Necro Reaper doesn't do enough damage to turn himself back around. There comes the Fury at a long last for mid one. He's gonna try and clear up. Harpoon's Witch Doctor 1, 2, 3. Mid one's gonna chase him and flank forward. Kills him off. And WG.Unity, they brought back the Nature's Prophet to try and play aggressively, but a great Fisher out from DJ actually catches a 3 with men up on the high ground. The cast bounces back and forth, the double buyback here from Unity. They want to fight and they need to. This is desperation mode from the Dire. Oh, back in the pit we go, but mid one with DJ, they're still available with the damage output for TA. Another great Fisher blocks them off and makes sure they cannot easily advance towards the Roshan.
Gonna buy time for their Batrider. I don't know why WG.Unity, this slows down things so much, and it's not like they're a really quick Roche taking team anyways. I actually think Fnatic just chill around this Roche pit and just re-engage in a second. Throw down the trap inside the Roche pit to see the progress that they've made. But with 3 heroes here, and these are the 3 key heroes, the Batrider, the Earthshaker, and the TA.
Oh god. Zeus, Bell Strike, and a chip of his HP, and a good Fisher again. DJ blocks off every single one of WG, so they cannot make it across to save the Zeus.
This is just... yeah, Roshan's still at a quarter of his health. Looks like they're hard committed to this do or die kind of situation.
That's just 2 buybacks in the drain if they don't get Roshan.
Yeah, I think Fnatic, they should be moving here sooner. I don't like this move by Net to farm these creeps. I actually think they can contest. They know that 2 heroes have used buyback in this attempt. Looks like they're gonna give it up, but...
Just throw Fishers out. Oh, that cast is actually pretty good back onto Ohio.
No, he doesn't have Firefly. It's still not dead. Alright.
Oh, hey, look.
Fnatic should run down there, come on.
The Necro was up on top of the high ground. The Necro's gone. Fnatic are going to come in now. Roshan, what is he on? Less than 1,000 HP. They're burning through it slowly but surely. But WG.Unity, the Templar Assassin mid one, he's thinking about to jump in. He wants to try and take this and steal it. Afu, look at him drop low and dead. He's gone. Roshan, mid one, just needs to turn back and take a Reaper side to hold in place. Roshan is finally taken out, but Batrider picks up the Aegis. Ohio, he's got it. And WG.Unity ripped apart at the seams as mid one has another refraction, and this is it. Fnatic just shredding them one by one, but Nana, that last dude didn't finish him off, and with the Macropire down, it's Fnatic that's turned around on. They got the Aegis, but they didn't have enough damage. Ohio, the Sprout won't catch him. His Blink's on cooldown, 3 seconds, so he can jump himself away, but Nana still burns through his HP with that Thunderbolt. And it looked like Fnatic had that one, but they managed to burst down mid one in the pit.
Yeah, also their positioning for the fight just was not very good. They were able to focus on the Roshan and grab it, but once they nailed that first hero, I feel like they can just move on from there, but kind of just misfought, and with the Vengeful Spirit on top of that cliff, made things really difficult for them to be able to fight. Just because once you lose your Earthshaker, you lose the control factor. They can kill the Zeus really quickly, but they need something of the negative armor effect.
And Slardar still doesn't have his Blink Dagger. 1900 gold. Net needs to continue farming, but at least they got themselves a Black King bar over on mid one.
Yeah, he really needed that. Still think Fnatic could have taken that fight if they execute properly there. It took WG.Unity so long. I guess Net not having his Blink Dagger at this phase of the game hurt them a lot more, but...
they'll have it now.
I think that was still a little bit misfought. And anyways, WG.Unity kind of breathes new life into them, the fact that they were able to win that fight. They had to commit 2 buybacks for that, and Fnatic even stole the Aegis.
Yeah, that was like the point for me where I was like, right, Fnatic have got this fight. There's no way for WG.Unity to get through it. But I guess with all the heals they've got, the mech, the Voodoo Restoration, this bloody Death Pulse being spammed out by Wen as well. Then you look at Jakiro. I saw him sitting on like 1500 gold a while back. He's actually going for Crimson Guard.
Hey, he's almost got it too.
Fnatic though, into the Dire Jungle they go. Radiant Obs Ward, trying to give them a little bit of vision across, but WG realise Templar Assassin with these traps forward is looking for a jump onto somebody. Should have hang back and take out the creep wave though.
This is really weird now. WG.Unity is golden again. They're in an okay spot just because of how far behind the rest of the Fnatic heroes are. And the amount of objectives that they've taken are really helping them out. They've got heroes that are easy to work around network-wise too. And if they can catch these two down here, the TA and DJ, they do have the B breaking ability in the Reaper site. It's not great, but works out. They're gonna spot them too.
DJ, Death Ward, and Chat Totem stops it but doesn't save him. Another Thunderbolt from the Zeus, and DJ tanks the gank pretty much there, while up at top lane Ohio, with Nets are pushing into this tier 2. While Unity, there are no towers down here to take, there's no objectives. Is this just going to be an attempt at high ground?
I sort of think so. With Earthshaker down anyways, you move fast, the creep wave is coming in. They could get adjusted onto the high ground before anything. There's the opportunities here to be had. They need the Earthshaker Echo Slam now more than ever, just because of all of these side items that WG.Unity have picked up.
Dire's top tower is under
Earthshaker returns to the game. He respawns himself back up, and mid one's Templar Assassin is hasted and sprinting as quickly as he can down towards his bottom lane. All they need is that one big jump in. If WG.Unity miss position or group themselves up like right now, there's the TA trap with the slow back onto Zaki. The liquid fire will burn through the refraction, and mid one does have to be a little bit wary about how much damage output the Zeus has got, except the swap back. Nana, he's been put into the mid one firing line, and the blink towards the net. There's the Ghost Scepter, actually saving the Zeus for now from this physical damage, while Net is trapped on the wrong side of the ridge. Oh, Nana will kill off the Vengeful Spirit, but it's actually Net that's going to take the full brunt of WG's lineup. And with that Reaper Scythe...
Oh, he did? Yeah.
I didn't.
It's a minute and 10.
That's not a Reaper Scythe kill, is it? It doesn't have the green...
Oh, I guess not.
I was barely off.
He was barely off, but... It's still a really long time.
Well, still a minute, yeah. Well, still, WG.Unity are trying to breach this tier 3. We'll see whether Slardar decides to buy back, or if he can, in fact, get himself back into this game. Oh, there's the Blink Lasso. Zaki dragged back into the base in mid one and tries to burst him down. With his BKB up, there should be a relatively simple kill and a good swap again from 343. The trap, though, the Fisher blocks off the advance of the Templar Assassin. Then has linked himself in. He brought back to try and fight it. And the next row is when he's retreating out. An Echo Slam on the back end, but it's Fnatic that are clearing up one by one. Unity now. Arjit. Oh, Fisher's out from DJ. They're just so beautiful. Well placed again. Nature's Prophet. No HP left. No chance of survival. Maybe the Zeus. No, not happening. Nana stuns up 3 ways. Mid one takes himself a triple kill.
That was easy goings for them. They know can just like kind of kite around that area with the Earthshaker fissures repeatedly. They still don't have any real way to kill this TA. So not much that they can be done about it. And Fnatic, I mean, they're looking prime again. They've got 3,500 gold onto their Templar Assassin. WG.Unity, they struggle to go for the high ground. They managed to take down the tower, but walking up that cliff against the Batrider plus the Earthshaker is such a scary prospect. Maybe they can get filtered in the next side of items and decide to go for it, but they're kind of running out of their timing window right now. They're still doing a good job, like I said. They're taking Fnatic's best strength and using it against them, taking fights across the pond and making sure that Fnatic get minimal gains off of this. Like, for example, they just won a 5-man team wipe fight, right? What did they get? They couldn't even take down a bottom tier 1 tower.
And they had to buy back on Slardar as well.
Yeah, so Fnatic aren't getting as much. I'm pretty sure, by the way, the Necro ulti went off, by the way. I think it just is where Europe did see, because 71. It's a long time to be dead. Not especially for a level. He was like a level 10 Slardar or something like that.
Plus 30, right? So it would have been
Yeah.
the 40-second respawn time normally.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Just blame the lag.
Maybe I'm wrong. All the random Dota stuff. Terrible at it.
Well, this is turning more into the mid-one show. With DJ's Fisher's kind of setting up everything for him, but Net's lack of farm is starting to show a little bit here. You know, he's got his blink finally, but progression into any other items is getting a little bit difficult.
Yeah, he's behind the Jakiro right now. 4th position Jakiro.
Well, there's Earthshaker and his Batrider. They're both up at 6.7k, with blinks and 4 staffs on both of them, actually.
DJ, it's just kind of what he does. He just always manages to be the most farmed hero as a support.
Ohio. Smoked up here, and actually down below his ramp, the smoke from WG up on a high ground. Fnatic probably not going to be expecting this one, but they're not walking up the ramp just yet. Don't want to get caught out by anything. And they'll D-ward up on top of the cliff, but it's Net. Oh, he does get caught. Good fire and dual breath, and that's him dead for 50 seconds. They jump in. Oh, DJ, he found the jump in, and WG.Unity are just absolutely rogered. That Earthshaker, 1v5. They didn't need anybody else. It's just Chrissy.
I was like, Net's a fool, and it turned out to be the sick bait where
But
everybody's like, go on him.
It dawns on you that Net's just, he's just the big bait. They went fly fishing with the Slardar.
Oh boy, that just crazy thing to just see like a dream like whisked away, like one move.
It's like, we got Slardar, he's got no buyback, we can do that. Oh god, no.
I wonder what the comms are like in that situation. You get really excited for half a second, then everybody just goes like dead silent.
It's like, Chiba! I'm swearing.
Huge net worth difference.
Just look at the spike there. I mean, there wasn't a massive lead for Unity. It's been a little bit back and forth and hovering around 1k lead either way.
Feel bad for Net though. He had to die to make that happen. He had a martyr for that one, but works out in the end, so it doesn't matter too much. Because the rest of his team was hit there for the experience and the mop-up.
Oh. See where they head from this. Mid one, he sees a tier 1 tower down the bottom lane, and he wants it. With his desolated damage to Glyph, is there for Unity if they want to try and slow this, but the rest of their team are actually hovering around over towards the Ancients here. Tier 1, not within deny range. Fnatic, they see that Roshan's alive. Trying to D-ward with his gem from Ohio. Oh, there we go. Blink off to Zaki, back across the pit, and into the arms, waiting for him. His mid one. Melt Strike and Desolated damage. They'll look for the tier 1 down at bottom lane as well. Oh, Unity. What's even the plan here? You've kind of all-inned from the past 10-15 minutes or so. You can't go back and split push. You can't really sit back and say, well, we'll farm. Is it a case of wait for Fnatic to jump onto you? Because that's what they're doing. Net nearly died. The Glimmer Cape not going to save him through that. A little bit ballsy there. So,
Net
now,
thought because it was a 4v5 he could dive behind like that, but the rest of his team was not willing to commit. And I think they had the right idea. There's still a Witch Doctor cask available, and they can pick their fights a little bit better than that.
oh, Rodovatos to slow down mid one. They just blinked himself back with the refraction, and Fnatic decide it's not worth going for this tier 2. They can just retreat themselves back, farm through their own jungle, split push top, where Nature's Prophet has made a little bit of an army up here with his treants and shoved this lane out.
They have better late game. There's no reason for them to take these engagements. They don't have to be worried at any phase of the game. The Sardar's not scaling, yes, but the rest of your team is. The Templar Assassin continues to get more and more farm, and they've got a lot of ways to save her too. With the Earthshaker counter initiation, the Venge now has the Glimmer Cape. That BKB is almost always going to be useful.
There's another smoke out from Unity. And again, going into the Radiant jungle. A little bit scary though, because you kind of know that Fnatic are going to go to the opposite side of the map. They've got vision in the dire jungle. They see what's happening over there. There's going to be Slardar farming top. Ohio probably just goes and farms through this camp with the Arcane Rune up for him as well. There's no reason for the Radiant to be in their own jungle, because that's kind of it's the obvious move, right? We've seen it time and time again. It's kind of desperation move. You go into your opponent's jungle with a Death Ward, not doing anything. Well, mid one just blinks himself away.
pinging for this top tower. They know they don't want to fight without the Death Ward up now. Looks like they want to actually engage. I think this is the right call. You know that the Witch Doctor doesn't have his DPS ability. WG.Unity are not willing to fight this.
Yeah. Ohio just drags him back. Alfu, not going to get one hit kill. Oh, mid one, still stuck on the high ground, and with that, oh, Reaper slides on the 3-4-3, still alive. DJ blinks forward, X slam onto one only. Nana's the guy that's caught, but it's the Vengeful Spirit that dies in Fnatic. This team fight is not panning out as they really hoped it would.
That was odd. If they could have gotten the hero onto the cliff, they would have been able to burst him down fast, but Afu just barely manages to keep with the rest of his team, and now it looks like they're going to go for the Roshan, and that Echo Slam as well. DJ, who's been patient the entire game, finally whiffs one, and can't really blame him because of the amount that he's had that have been so game-changing for his team, but still, they needed a little bit more from him this game, that last one.
Again, the slow Roshan here from Fnatic, from WG.
They're on Echo though, and their team's low. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, well. The Witch Doctor, one hit kill. Ohio goes through with the lasso back up again onto Nana. The Zeus can maybe turn this around and put a good blink away. Ohio gets himself further away. Argent goes in with the spread back onto mid one. The blink forward. The BKB turns it back onto the Nature's Prophet again. But Unity, they're trying to retreat and hide themselves in the trees with a mech forward. Mid one's got the damage output and splashes through. The crits. Mid one clears up two. Looking for three now as Zaki. He's hunting Ohio. But this Bat Rider has kept himself alive through 4 heroes spamming out their spells on him, and it all ends up with an ultra kill for TA and now looking for Roshan.
That was absurd by mid one. It's like, you know, I said maybe they shouldn't fight this one because WG.Unity, they've got the HP advantage, they've got the hero advantage. Then mid one's just like, guys, I'm still the best player here. Like, don't get ahead of yourselves.
I have so many items, you have no idea what you're dealing with.
20k net worth to use. I just like how aggressively he's playing in this game right now. Just because the rest of his team seem a little bit more hesitant to fight. But him and Ohio are like, guys, we can still take these fights. Templar Assassin is still so absurdly farmed in this game. Don't have to worry about too many things, especially with the Zeus having popped his Ghost Scepter too early in that fight. And the rest of his team just wasn't able to engage with him. If they're able to take that fight, maybe they can kite around the Templar Assassin. She's got a pretty low amount of, like, the refraction goes away really quickly. The instances, then you can kind of just kite around her BKB, fight around that effect.
DJ, looks like Octarine Core is where he's heading to. Nice little cooldown reduction on his Echo Slam, get more of them out. Fisher, of course, is going to be pretty juicy as well.
Octarine Earthshaker, in concept, is one of my favorite things, but in practice, just feels super underwhelming. Think to yourself, I could have like a Hex or a Shiva's. There's other items that you can get that would impact the game in bigger ways, I think.
Or even just a Veil, going for that kind of cheaper Veil item.
Yeah. I remember being obsessed with that item, Octarine, in its inception, but there's not a lot of heroes that it's just straight up great on. In Earthshaker, I feel like there are more building blocks for him.
Well, Ohio's got his own BKB now. That's Reaper's Scythe. Sure enough, it can stun through Magic Immunity, but killing people through it as well. We have to try and aim for net. Maybe 343's Vengeful Spirit, but you just look at 343 and he's itemized pretty much solely for that Reaper's Scythe, right? He's got the Glimmer Cape. Someone gets Reapered, limit them up.
It's really good for the Zeus too. Being able to cut that damage in half.
That's true. Another smoke out from WG as Witch Doctor purchases it. My question is, where do they go though, Blitz? Where do they go? All of their lanes are pushed in bar bottom, where Nature's Prophet has kind of shoved this one through. Ohio will go back and deal with that. But before smoking out your base, you've got to make sure that your lanes are at least halfway towards the river.
Yeah. They're just going to push out bottom with Ohio. Hey, Fnatic are still in a really good spot. I think this game was just kind of difficult for WG.Unity to win to begin with. 5-man strats like this sound cool in concept, but the enemy team, if they play smart and they've got at least like 2 heroes to deal with pushes, which they do, the Bat Rider and the Earthshaker, and they've got the better late game core, that's the most important part.
Oh, DJ. He's finished off. Wait, he's pretty quick actually. Reaper's Scythe, not gonna kill him. DJ still alive somehow, bottling through it. Oh, yep, Death Pulse will chase him. Frost, I think, gets the kill in the end with Heartstop Aurora. away a dominating streak across to him as well, so that's almost 1,000 gold in the pocket of the Necro. And at this point for WG.Unity, buybacks are going to be relatively important. Necro has one, Nature's Prophet does as well, but the rest of them sitting short in terms of gold. Actually just going to smoke up a couple of heroes here with the Thunder God's Wrath to try and scout out where Fnatic are. What's going on?
4-3 not with them. And without DJ there, I don't think Fnatic want to take this fight. Maybe they can slow siege the tower, look to pick up one hero. You get this Nature's Prophet, blow him up really quickly with mid one. I think that'd be a really easy opportunity for them. They sort of know what's up. If he just scouts a little bit to the left, he would be able to see him. Gonna see them pass through with the TA trap 2 on the left.
In my head, I'm just imagining DJ turning over to net and looking him in the eye and saying, I'm the carry now. Third in net worth, 12,000. It's just insane amount of farm on his Earthshaker. Force, Blink, Octarine, stuff. Poor net. He has been the martyr and the bait in the majority of these team fights. He apps up, he jumps in, he stuns. That's his job done. He doesn't have to be too flashy with anything. Fnatic, they're putting a lot of credence in this Earthshaker for now. As DJ moves himself back towards that buyback gold. But mid one alone has shoved in bot lane, forcing 4 heroes to be sitting around here reacting to just what he's doing on his own.
To see WG.Unity, they've picked up some items, like they've got the Ghost Scepter onto the Necro, pretty good item, but they just aren't seeing a lot of item progression on any hero other than this Nature's Prophet. So he can still farm out using his ultimate, and the global presence is there, but...
That's the thing with like 5-man push lineups, there's sort of small incremental items you build up into and they give you lots of value early game. But the same items aren't going to give you the same amount of value mid to late games. There's like no hexes, there's no big DPS or utility items. I don't think there's even a single blink here. Oh, there is. The Zeus does have one. My bad. But the Witch Doctor, you were talking about his ultimate late game as the draft started. He's only got an Ether Lens, so that Aghanims is probably not even going to come out this game.
Got 7,000 gold built up, by the way, to this TA. He's going to spend a good chunk of it onto this Diffusal Blade. I think is the right idea. He really struggles, and you don't want to be able to. You don't want to use your BKB charge and getting in there and having them just all pop Ghost Scepters. Kind of makes your BKB pointless.
That's finally a big ticket item for the Nature's Prophet, a Hex. Maybe to aim on this TA before she gets her BKB or a fraction out.
They desperately need a Force Staff on one of the heroes on WG.Unity. It would help them so much.
Need someone to help them save against this Batrider Blink Lassoing as well. Maybe that's what the Hex can be used for on top of the initiation tool onto mid one, but 3-4-3 Glimmer forward. There's a wave into swap, but the Ghost Scepter's pop, Diffusal Blade instantly used. As mid one kills off the Zeus and there's no buyback on him, 60 seconds on the sidelines. We take a quick look, 15, 3 and 12 mid one sitting at right now as his score.
There's the strength of the Diffusal. Really like that item. He doesn't need more damage. It's overkill at this point. He just needs a way to be able to
stick on the target.
Yeah, exactly. And the Diffusal works really well against the Ghost Scepters, obviously. They're going to take this mid tower. They're going to drag back.
Oh, this Necro, not long for the world. He just disappears off my screen. The lag makes sure that I don't see exactly how he dies, but he'll buy back into the game. 37.5 minutes in, and Fnatic, they've turned this 5-man push strat straight on its head. And Unity, they have to try and maybe deal with mid one now. The Force Staff forward, gets himself back with a blink, but the Hex not going to be used too well there by the Nature's Prophet.
Did he get forced in by his own team?
Yeah. Yes, there are no Force Staffs on the tie.
I was like, am I going crazy?
Oh, mid one. Hang on a second. He takes no damage.
Destroyed.
Well, he's still got his BKB and a blink as well. In 3 seconds time to swap back onto when. There's the jump from neck. Catches 2 with Fisher as well there. Something goes round. There's a lot of damage back onto Fnatic though. And with mid one dropping low, they killed him off. The beyond godlike streak is taken away from the Templar Assassin. 1,500 gold goes the way of the Nature's Prophet. And the Zeus continues battering through with his Arc Lightnings. Jumps aggressively into the full little Earthshaker as well, but it's going to be the level 2 BOTs. The mid one purchases up the TP out from RJ, the blink forward from net, catches Nana. Mid one can't see over the tree line, but he's going to find Nana here with a Ghost Scepter. Yo, completely useless against that Diffusal Blade. They'll stun up Alfu in the back as well, and the buybacks, they have to come through. The Zeus, 70 seconds, he cannot stay dead. His buyback from mid one has to be punished or at least stopped. by WG.Unity.
They still have the Hex available onto their Nature's Prophet. They've got some ways.
Oh, he blinks past the cast. He sure is there, and the buyback from the Zeus net. Oh, aggressive jump forward, 500 HP is all he's got, and he's going to take that down. Oh, Slaughter! Lightning beats water.
And that was a really aggressive Lincoln for pretty much nothing. There's no way they were going to be able to kill him.
It's like Pikachu against Magikarp at this point. Thought I didn't stand a chance in hell. Mid one, maybe considering if Unity walk up onto this high ground, and Zaki, no. That ramp is not the safe place to be. Interesting TP from Arjit there. Scouting Roche Pit. It looks like that's what he was aiming to do. Mid one will do exactly the same thing. 35 seconds until the big man returns. And WG.Unity did lose their full lane of racks at mid.
Yes.
Fnatic, though, just gonna have to try and contend with these lanes being pushed in. EJ, what's he got next? He's got his BOTs, he's got his Octarine still up and running.
Oh, Shiva's DJ. Or actually get a BKB. BKB is probably the most useful item he can get, so he can join his team in the middle of the fights. This next Roshan just respawns. WG.Unity, they're sort of stuck in this position where they have to take it. They used a lot of buybacks to be able to defend. The one bright spot for them is that mid one did use his buyback, but Fnatic still have this tier 2 tower at top, so let's say hypothetically Fnatic just get destroyed in a fight. This Templar Assassin doesn't have buyback. The most they can do is go for 2 racks, or if they want to end the game, they go for their own.
They're not even taking out Roshan here. They don't have enough damage or minus armor to kill it off before Fnatic respond. Fnatic, though, different ideas. Throwing the lane up at top. Actually pushing into tier 3 over in this direction. Well, WG.Unity, is it time they make a snap decision? Does it go back and defend? Push bottom lane? Just do something? In a
Pushing
base.
bottom lane is not going to be nearly fast enough.
That's true. In a trading scenario, Fnatic are going to win every single time. So it's defense of the Ancients here as WG.Unity TP back to try and maybe force Fnatic out, but like you've been saying for the past 20 minutes or so, Fnatic, they're under no pressure to commit. Especially when there's no buyback on TA, it's actually better for them to back up and wait that timer out.
Yeah. Can reset the fight. It's honestly all on WG.Unity to try to end the game right now. I guess they can continue to kite. I don't know. Maybe WG.Unity can win when it goes something absurd. Like if this Zeus gets 4 staff, I could see them maybe doing it. They really have to kite though for their lives.
And this Hex has to be on point from Arjit as well.
This Jakiro's item progression has completely died. I sort of... Maybe WG.Unity have this weird glimmer of hope just because the TA BKB charges are running really low.
3-4-3, that's a long range swap onto Nana, and they'll have to change stunts to bring her down.
Hey, never mind. I was wrong.
Zeus is gone for 84 seconds. 3-4-3 is being focused down, but the Glimmer Cake from the live death forward down onto Ohio, and he's actually dropping low here, but the stun back onto Wen. 3-4-3 on the front lines, and mid one, guess what? With the Echo Slam from DJ, it's another triple kill for mid one's TA.
Like got somewhat hopeful for like half a second, you know. I was like, maybe I could
hear it in your voice.
Maybe see some kind of weird way. I don't want to just call it, but yeah, they can't fight outside their base.
Definitely not. DJ hexed and glimmered, and now looking actually to turn it back onto Zaki. Blink forward from net will catch the Jakiro, and one hit kill. Mid one making sure to show off Harry skills there, and GG is called. It's over. WG.Unity, they will lose game number 1. Fnatic, they hold out against this 5-man kind of push strand after the 15-minute mark. DJ forces himself into the fountain.
It's weird. I mean, WG.Unity, I was like, oh, maybe they can fight even against Fnatic. We saw yesterday that they didn't have to rely on anything off. Like, they just played a standard game and it was easy, but they decided to go for the 5-man style. It just doesn't pay off.
Game 1 in a best of 5. Maybe they just wanted to try something cheeky and go back to what they know and love. Game number 2. But we will be finding out in a couple of minutes.